We got Jimmy Lavender here today, and Jim is here to address the accusations of him being a Raymond Washington hater and being a Jamel Barnes sympathizer. How's it going, Jim?
It's going pretty good, Kel. How about with yourself?
All right. I have a new channel, KM Videos Live Streams. Jimmy's gonna be my first guest, and this is really just I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel to where I get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view minutes. And this is like a spinoff of Kev Mac videos. So this way I can make the videos on one channel, the interviews on one channel. We'll make the interviews on one channel, and then we have bonus footage, special interviews, and music videos, and just some average footage or old footage from the 80s and 90s on this channel. So I welcome Jim,
Thank you, bro.
and let's get started, man. Let's address Raymond Washington, man. Everybody call you Raymond Washington hater. What's going on with that?
Well, I first let me extend my hellos to your viewers. Uh, I wish everybody well. Um, Sometimes we have to listen. We have to listen to what one says, and really hear what they says. Um, I said some things recently that I don't think is hating. Let me explain. Um, I said Raymond slapped Raymond was slapped by Craig Munson, which is true. And Munson said, Raymond said, I am going to start my own gang.
Raymond was like a troublemaker to them, but Raymond was just being a youngster, Raymond. So they didn't want Raymond to hang out, so he decided to start his own gang.
What you have to understand is Raymond was a gladiator, a leader, a soldier, and no gladiator is going to accept being slapped. So Raymond couldn't, Munson was too big for him, number one. And had he tried to stand up to Munson that day in the garage, it probably would have been a massacre because it was, from what I understand, it was full of avenues there. Um, Raymond, by being slapped, you could say that's where the Crips started. I am going to start my own gang after the slap. So I say that, and I think that everyone should know that could be the beginning of Crip history, and I think everyone should know that. I think you should know something about any organization that you join. And where did it start? We can always say who was the first guys, but why did it start? It started after a slap from Craig Munson. So I don't understand why I would be called a hater because I educate people on their own history.
This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby.
So why do you think it's important to even mention that? Sounds like you're just throwing up negative thing after negative thing about Raymond.
I think it's important to mention it. We even had people that wanted Raymond's family to hate me. That's something Raymond wouldn't have wanted. We were indeed friends, but yet it's truth. It's truth. And if this is a channel based on history, then we don't want to distort history. We want to keep it true. Um, and I think it is important to remember how the biggest gang in LA ever started, and it started with a slap.
Remind me your friendship with Raymond. How did you guys become friends, and when did you first become friends?
I would have to say it was in '67 over at Drew Junior High School. Uh, Raymond was about 14, I was about 12, and uh, the schoolyard there, and it went all over to Roosevelt Park. Um, we all grew up in the same park. We swam in the same pool. We laughed together. We ducked each other in the pool. He taught me how to dive off the diving board. He taught me how to backflip. We laughed together. We ate lunch together. We had a friendship. We had a relationship. We were friends.
I think you told me a joke one time about Raymond teaching you how to flip. something like that. Can you tell the viewers about that?
Anyone that would know Raymond Washington know that he likes to laugh, and he had the biggest smile in the world. Um, Raymond, I want to learn how to do a backflip off the diving board, and there was no better teacher than Raymond. Trust me, there was no better teacher than Raymond. And he would tell me I bagged up to it, and I tried to flip, and I land on my back. And when I came out the water, you look at the side, Raymond dying laughing on the side. Then he gets up there, and then he show you again. Come on, Jim, you got to tuck yourself. And we finally do this about 5 times, and finally I make it. I do it. I flip over, but I got one leg over this way, one leg over this way. And Raymond said, "That was good. You did that, but you got to come with your legs together, you know." And he got up and demonstrated again. That time I just say sitting right there on the side. I made it. I flipped over. The hell with your feet got to be together and all that kind of stuff. I did a backflip, and that was that. But it was Raymond who was my teacher. Yes,
And you guys went to junior high school together for how many years?
I was there for 3 years, and Raymond had to be there at least probably two for sure. Because he would have been in the eighth grade when I came to the seventh grade. So I would say I was at school with him for 2 years.
Did you guys ever have any fights?
I didn't ever have a fight with Raymond. Not
Did
personally.
he ever steal any of your girlfriends?
No, no,
You have any reason to hate Raymond?
not at all. We had our differences, of course, and a lot of friends have differences. And Raymond is not offended and wouldn't be offended about anything I ever said. You guys got to understand something. Raymond wasn't no pussycat. I didn't hang with pussycats. I hang with lions, and Raymond indeed was a lion. Uh, he's not offended by me saying he was slapped. It happened. He's not offended by me saying that he wasn't the best with his hands. You know, hey, it's other people that take it and they make it to be something that it's really not. But Raymond and I never had no problems. No.
Um. So what high school did you go to?
Well, Kev Mac, where we start, I actually started at Fremont, and I left there and went to L.A. Jordan High School. Got kicked out of there and went to Jefferson High School. Got kicked out of there and went back to Jordan. Got kicked out of there, and then I went to Southgate. Finally, that ended the 10th grade semester with me having no credits and but traveling from school to school, and then I ended up at Jefferson High School.
So you went to Fremont. Was Raymond there?
Yeah, Raymond was there.
Okay, interesting. What type of guy was Raymond in high school?
Raymond was Raymond, as I say. Raymond, I'm going to say I knew Raymond from 12 to 19 pretty much. He was pretty much in my life. Raymond liked fights. He likes to fight. He would start fights. He would tell one of his guys to go over and shock somebody. So, Raymond walked around campus pretty much as a bully, intimidated a lot of people, him and his crew. Um, just too bad, I said again, that Raymond didn't follow up on his activism. He not only that he could swim and flip, gymnastics, he was really, really good on the bars.
All right, at Fremont, when Raymond started the Crips, did you hang out with any Crips?
Not at Fremont. Not at Fremont. Um, I didn't stay at Fremont very long, maybe about 2 weeks. So, and I moved on to Jordan High School. At that time, there wasn't no Crips at Jordan High School. Um, uh, then again, when Raymond started the Crips, I was still at Drew Junior High School. So no, I didn't really hang out with any over there. When I did hang out with Crips, it would be later. It would be the Fort Trays.
And you have family from Fort Troy,
I did, yes,
so you spent a lot of time over there.
a lot of time. after school, weekends, and a lot of four trades spent time in our neighborhood.
Did you ever see Raymond in the four trays or the four trays over there in Raymond's neighborhood?
No, no, I never saw Raymond over
Did Bobby hang out over there with you?
there. Yeah, Bobby really didn't hang in the neighborhood. Maybe next door or something. He would visit with the next door neighbors, but I went to Jeff, so and all the four trades went to Jeff. So I would go by their houses, Domino's, tacos, kick it with them, go to the parties. I got real personal with them.
So when's the last time you seen Raymond Washington?
Hmm. I'm not sure the last time I seen Raymond, but I'm not sure of the year. But I know that it was in passing. Uh, Alden Jones and Raymond was actually driving through our neighborhood on Firestone, and they hit the horn and they waved at me, and we waved, and that was pretty much the last time I believe I saw Raymond.
So your last encounter with Raymond that you remember, you guys were still on good terms.
We was always on good terms.
Now, I remember when I interviewed you before, you mentioned that Raymond had ate at your table and you guys been over to Raymond's house.
Oh yeah.
Give us a little bit about that or give us a story.
Well, I don't know if Bobby had called Raymond or Raymond had called Bobby, but we wanted to talk about our new game, the Bishop, and Raymond wanted us to all unite and become one. And so he come over to the house, and Bob had told my mother about we're gonna have a meeting, and she had known Raymond. He had been over before, and so Mom made some chili beans, and I'll never forget that. After Raymond's first bowl, he said, "Miss Lavender, I never had no beans so good." And she said, "You want some more, Raymond?" And he stuck his hand up so fast, put that smile on his face, and yes, ma'am. I had a second bowl of bean right there.
Now, you had once told me, not just you though, some of your friends told me that Raymond used to carry a gun. Um, can you talk about that briefly?
Yeah, Raymond had a little 38, a little nickel plated 38 that he would always keep, a little revolver. Um, I've seen it, but and matter of fact, some say that that's the reason that Munson didn't want him in the avenues because he always had that 38. That's what I hear from other avenues. So I think Munson would have to say for sure on something like that. But yeah, Raymond had a 38, kept it with him pretty much all the time.
Well, normally, generally, we hear that Raymond didn't like guns, and we hear that Raymond was this great fighter. So, could you tell me if you ever heard about Raymond shooting somebody or any fights that Raymond was involved
Talk about Raymond fighting all day long, but no, uh, Raymond, I never heard him shoot anybody. I never heard him putting a gun on anybody. I think we have to understand when Raymond started the Crips, it wasn't about guns. That's very important. Raymond came right after the days of the avenues, and that was all about fighting and taking people's stuff, suede jackets, shoes, watches, rings, and all those days was all about throwing gagasos, who had the best hands. There wasn't no shooting involved and all that kind of stuff. So no, I never heard of Raymond putting a gun on nobody, shooting nobody. Raymond preferred to fight. Uh, uh, you know, Raymond liked to fight, and Raymond would welcome a game fight, that type of thing. So, but he's a gladiator, and that's what we did. I was a gladiator, and gladiators like to fight, you know. So, yeah,
there was an incident where Raymond Washington's daughter called me, and I hooked you guys up on the telephone. Can you give the viewers a little, without giving too much, a little bit about what that conversation was about and how it ended?
I tell you, I welcome that call with open heart. She called me, and first she was kind of angry, upset that She thought I had called her father a coward and things that people said. I said Raymond couldn't fight and things like that. So actually, to me, it was people trying to build her up and Raymond's family against me. Ain't that something? Trying to turn Raymond kids against his friends, ignorant of the friendship that I had with Raymond. I tell you, Ray Ray is the sweetest young lady you ever want to meet, and she's not with this gang violence. It hurts her real dear, as a matter of fact, deeply to what's going on out here. If she can address everybody out here right now, she would ask y'all police to stop. Super sweet woman, and the way it ended was I adopted her as my niece, and she adopted me as her uncle.